Welcome back to the Bluffton News. With me now is Marcus Walsh, and he is, of course, all things sports for WHHI. Welcome, Marcus.
Thanks, Betsy, for having me.
Yep. So we're going to talk all things basketball today, and we're going to start with an early round update on the South Carolina High School League.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff going on with the high school league right now, and a lot of what you see is through Whale Branch. And in the guys' action, they ended up playing and playing well. Actually, I should switch it over to the girls' action. They ended up winning, and Barnwell had another tremendous game. We talk about her on Whale Branch being a double-figure player. They ended up winning 67-46 over Estill in a big game, and they look to continue to play really well. It's a team that we don't cover as much, but in the Beaufort area, they play really well. Really a lot of, as I said, what's going on, though, on girls and guys both is in the SCISA action, and a lot of great players to look out for there, too.
Well, so let's jump into that. Tell us about the early round update for SCISA.
My goodness, so much stuff. Hilton Head Christian Academy, whom we didn't cover this year, has been tremendous, again, under head coach Kenny Conroy. Abby Paduzzi, Skylar Smith, huge games on the floor in terms of points scored. They ended up putting up 30 of the big points for Hilton Head Christian Academy in the first half of their ball game. They ended up putting up 51 at half the other night, going on to a huge win. Hilton Head Prep, who we just saw last week on WHHI Sports, the Campbell sisters doing great stuff on the floor, with Courtney Campbell, 22 points, 4 steals, 4 assists. Katie Campbell, 11 points, 6 assists. Ella Clark with 5 points, 5 rebounds, 7 points. Haley Hopman, 6 points, huge win for Hilton Head Prep. And then Beaufort Academy as well played really well in their action. And my goodness, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with the guys as they continue to play really well. One note from the guys' side of things, the Hilton Head Prep Lawrence Manning game, 27-22.
Wow.
Normally that's the end of a first quarter score,
right.
Maybe halftime.
Right.
That was the final score, and it was an overtime.
Wow.
One thing to note is that you do not have the running shot clock in high school hoops. So they can just end up going up and down the floor, rotating the basketball, and really soaking up that clock. That's what Manning really does well. And thanks to a couple of great possessions and J.J. Hayes doing a great job, it turned out to be a 15-point game for him, and they iced it down to beat Manning again 27-22. A.J. Singleton and certainly Keith Chisholm did a great job in their ball game. 18 points in the matchup for A.J. Singleton, 10 points for Chisholm. 11 of those 18 for Singleton came in the third quarter alone. So just some really great stars. Beaufort went down in guys action earlier this week, or last week rather. The Dennison brothers did great. 21 points for James Dennison. Zyron Odom, 17. Michael Dennison, 14. And then, of course, Jake Alvarez, one of the young players, 19 points. But Beaufort went down 92-78 to West Florence. That's another high school league team that ended up playing. So this is just kind of an overview of some of the action. I want to certainly give a shout out to Wes Kerr and Justin Jarrett of Loco Sports. Justin is the founder of Loco Sports. Check them out for updates on the daily. They do a great job with, video, audio, a lot of media with print on all of the scoring updates. They're on it, and it continues to get more and more involved as we get down to the Elite Eight on both sides of SCISA and SCHSL with the girls and guys.
Well, Marcus, thank you so much for being with us. What impressive numbers these kids are putting up. We can't wait to see what they do in the next round. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Betsy.
The Miss Hilton Head and Miss Bluffton pageants are making a return. We'll learn all about that after a quick break.